morning, everyone. A very warm welcome to you to our Sunday service here in Livingstone House today. So to start, can I please ask you to stand, and we will make a standing bow to our Heavenly Parent and true parents. Come back. And let's recite family pledge. I've got you putting down number 1, but let's see what happens. Here it comes. I'm right. So, family pledge number 1. Our family, the owner of Son of God, pledges to seek our original homeland and build the kingdom of God on earth and in heaven, the original idea of creation, by centering on true love. Would you like to sit? And I'll start it out with that opening prayer. Our beloved Heavenly Parent, our true parents, the most fundamental truth in our universe is that you are our parent and that we are your children. And this truth, it sums up the meaning of the creation of the universe and of our very purpose of existence. Heavenly Parent, you and we were created to know you and to live in love received from you and to give back to you. But Heavenly Parent, we lost that intended relationship, and human history has so regrettably, Heavenly Parent, been one of conflict and suffering. But it has also been a history of how you have been working to restore that lost relationship. And we give you our very greatest thanks that your love for humankind has been so great that you have never given up, even when your true Son, Jesus, was rejected and killed. Heavenly Parent, with the coming of true parents, we have entered into a new age. We are not blind to the conflicts that exist in our world today, and indeed, around our own region, Heavenly Parent, we see many conflicts, and even this last weekend, Heavenly Parent, the Middle East has again erupted in conflict in Syria, Heavenly Parent. So much is happening, Heavenly Parent, which is not of your will, and yet we have faith and hope that all of this is bringing us closer towards a world, Heavenly Parent, where we can have a peaceful, ideal world. Thank you so much now. So we sincerely thank you, Heavenly Parent, that we can gather here at Livingstone House and indeed online, and to pray and to open our hearts to you, and that we can hear you speak to us through our prayers, our songs, our fellowship, and the words that will be given to us today. So, Heavenly Parent, we invite you and to be with us today, and I offer this prayer, and I report this in my name, David Coombs, of a blessed central family, our Jew. Thank you. So let's invite up our band and our worship leader today, Mr. Graham Bennett.
Good morning, everyone. Please stand. Well, we're very fortunate that to have Gente and with us. He's been away for a while, and he took a 20-hour trip to get back here, arrived just a few hours ago, didn't sleep, and just wanted to play the keyboard. Yeah, so I think we should give it up for Gente. Yeah, so we've got to sing in a spirited fashion to keep him awake. All right? If anyone sees him dozing off, shout louder, sing louder. Okay, we got Chris here. Come all the way down from where? Manchester. Whoa, okay. Let's come in. Yeah, Russell from South London. Whoa. Yeah, okay. Fantastic. Okay.
Graham from Bromley, yeah?
Yay! All right then. So our first song, oh, it's up there, isn't it? Well, that's nice. Our first song is New World Coming. There's a new world coming, and it's just around the bend. There's a new world coming, this one's coming to an end. There's a new voice calling, you can hear it if you try, and it's growing stronger with each day that passes by. There's a brand new morn, rising clear and sweet and free. There's a new day dawning that belongs to you and me. Yes, a new world's coming, the one we've had visions of, coming in peace, coming in joy, coming in love. There's a new world coming, and it's just around the bend. There's a new world coming, this one's coming to an end. There's a new voice calling, you can hear it if you try, and it's growing stronger with each day that passes by. There's a brand new morn, rising clear and sweet and free. There's a new day dawn that belongs to you and me. Yes, a new world's coming, the one we've had visions of, coming in peace, coming in joy, coming in love, coming in peace, coming in peace, coming in joy, coming in love. Thank you. It sounds great from up here. Check on Genta. He's fine. All right. Still awake. Okay. Second song is One World, One Heart. Let's get a one world, one heart, one world, one heart, and one strong love to lead. One world, one heart, one world, one heart, the light of truth to set you free. The lightning flashes across the sky to light the path of those who try. One world, one heart, one world, one heart, and the ancient serpent is thrown down. One world, one heart, one world, one heart, can't you hear the trumpet sound? And many stars fall from the sky, and they all wonder why. One world, one heart, one world, one heart, into the age of fitting in. One world, one heart, one world, one heart, bringing the old world to an end. Can't you hear? Please heed the call.
was a great start. Don't you think so? Yeah. That was really wonderful. Thank you very much, Graham, and the band there for that. This week, our assistant pastor, Yunju Yang, and also Rhiannon Davis, they're traveling to Chicago, USA, to attend an event there where they're looking, which will look to improve our worship services. I don't really know what we need to improve, but nevertheless, you might have some ideas. And of course, we pray they have a successful event and a safe journey. And thinking of journeys, I was reminded, of course, that this is a time of year for family and other gatherings, and including various workshops, which we'll hear about later. And all of this involves traveling. It means moving around. It means going on buses and aeroplanes and trains and cars. And of course, where you're traveling, there's always a little bit of risk involved. People can have an accident. You saw the terrible photograph yesterday of this footballer whose car he had an accident, completely demolished, and thankfully he's stable. But thinking of how dangerous travel can be. So I'd like to ask everybody if you could remember in your prayers at this time of year all those who are traveling so that they can arrive safely and that they can return home safely as well. Today is the second Sunday of this month of December, and it's also the second Sunday of Advent. This is the time of the Christian calendar leading up to the birth of Jesus later at the end of the month. And I was looking online, and I found a Christian prayer for this time of year, and I was quite. I don't necessarily agree with all of everything there, but it's a very nice prayer, and I just wanted to repeat that to you. It says, "At this time of Advent, fire our imaginations with the sweep of your salvation. Catch us up in the cause of your kingdom, already breaking through into this world, yet waiting its final fulfillment when Christ shall come again." A bit behind the time there, but anyway, that's nice. "And let your spirit, wild as the wind, gentle as the dove, move within us and among us to enliven our worship and strengthen our faith, sending us out with anticipation and joy. Amen." And then particularly that last bit with anticipation and joy, I think links in with our pastor's sermon today, which is entitled God's Joy. And of course, with God's joy, we can share in that joy too. So let's move on now, I think, with the EUME report. This is from our own North region this week. You might recognize somebody. Oh, we can have the weekly. Oh, yes. Okay, we'll have the weekly announcements first. Sorry. Oh, okay. So registration's open for Blessing 2025. Our candidates from our region can now register to participate in this joyous event for next year. Okay, then that's for 21 Days Spirituality Workshop, which begins on the 4th of January and carries through until the 24th of January, and that's in Camberg in Germany. So it's an opportunity to strengthen your spiritual life at this Unification Spirituality Workshop. Okay, register for the Palace opening. So we're now very, very close. It's amazing. I just seemed to be so far away just a few months back, and now it's on us quite quickly now, and that will be in April of next year. So the registrations are still open for those who wish to make the trip to South Korea in April 2025. Ilshim program for second gen or third gen, or participants 14 to 18 years old and their parents. And that's an 8-week program starting on the 8th of February. And then there will be, the part of that, there will be a retreat in March, a weekend retreat at here in Livingstone House. Nordic Winter Workshop, so that will be coming up at the end of this month. It's the 27th December to the 2nd of January, and that will take place, excuse me if I don't pronounce it, but it is in Finland. And that's, so there will be a team of second generation members, so they can participate, we can all participate in that, with cozy fireside gatherings and sauna sessions. Very nice. Harp UK Winter Workshop. So that, yep, absolutely. So that will take place again over the new year, from Saturday the 28th of December to Thursday the 2nd of January. And that's for youth age 14 to 18. And again, it'll be here held at Livingstone House. So the final day for the payment of the normal fee is today. So get on that. There's a QR code up there. Okay, there we are then. And now I think we have our EUME report.
Hello and welcome, brothers and sisters of Europe. My name is Alistair Goff from the United Kingdom. This week, the focus will be on activities in the North European sub-region. And to kick things off, we have interfaith work. True Mother wants the Cheonmongun to be a place where religious people of all faith traditions can feel at home and welcome to make an offering. Let's celebrate some recent efforts made by family members to foster good interfaith harmony. Taking place in November every year, Interfaith Week is a national event taking place in the UK to bring ongoing interfaith work to a wider audience. Family Federation members around the country took part in organising and attending Interfaith Week events. At the Al-Mahdi Institute in Birmingham, around 150 people gathered together, including religious leaders, grassroots friends, and some young families. There were readings from 7 faiths and prayers for peace, on the theme Towards One Family of Humanity, followed by several Ambassador for Peace Awards. £400 was raised for relief in Lebanon. In Scotland, the Glasgow Peace Embassy hosted a Peace Starts With Me event. The event was attended by the Director of Interfaith Scotland, Dr. Maureen Sear, who shared some personal insights and experiences. The Milton Keynes City Council formally recognised interfaith for the first time, attending the event hosted by Interfaith Milton Keynes. 15 groups set up stalls in an Anglican church, praying together and setting up stalls to get to know each other better. Hospital chaplains and religious devotees were amongst those in attendance. Nearby, at the Satya Sai Baba Centre, Family Federation members joined up to 15 other groups who participated in 12 hours of continuous songs of praise. The UK, Ireland and Denmark said goodbye to the UPA missionaries who had been volunteering in their nations for the last 3 months. We thank them for their heartfelt investment. The final week of the UPA missionaries' 3-month stay in Denmark culminated in a 1-day Divine Principle workshop. Here, 3 of their contacts, whom they already had given a few lectures to on campus one-on-one, could listen to 5 more lectures. 3 elder members were purposely chosen to give these lectures, so their contacts could build a relationship with them before they returned back to Korea. One of the participants, a young Christian from the Faroe Islands, was so curious and interested about the concept of true parents and our founders that we could naturally convey Cham Boomerang content as well as even introduce True Mother as the only begotten daughter. He decided then to buy the Divine Principle book to study more deeply on his own. We felt that this miraculous result came about because of the consistent efforts and sincere devotion by the missionaries, as well as support and cooperation with local members. 9 blessing candidates attended a Matching a Blessing preparation day hosted by the Scottish community in Glasgow. In a supportive family atmosphere with parents and spiritual parents present, Dale Rose delivered some universal educational content, supporting everyone on their journeys to the blessing. Yvonne and Eric gave an amazing testimony, which was an inspiration for us all. Next, let's hear from the Swedish community about their recent activities.
On the 23rd to 24th November, we hosted an incredible 2-part event that left everyone inspired and enriched. The first part, the Advanced Principles Seminar, welcomed both members and guests. Led by the esteemed Dr. David Hanna, the session explored advanced concepts with clarity and depth, leaving attendees with practical tools to apply in their lives. The second part, Chamboomerang Discussions, was an exclusive gathering for members. Dr. Hanna delved into the profound meaning of the begotten daughter, sparking thoughtful dialogue and deeper understanding among participants. The event concluded on a heartfelt note as Dr. Hanna's wife shared her gratitude and performed a beautiful Korean song, leaving everyone deeply moved.
Swedish restoration champion cook in a lifetime.
UPF Finland organized a 1-day Principles of Peace seminar in Helsinki. The 30 participants included religious leaders, NGO representatives, professors, artists, and peace activists. Chairperson of the North Europe sub-region, Dr. David Hanna, delivered the main presentations, after which participants could share their reflections and comments. At the closing ceremony, Imam Tahioru gave his impressions of the seminar, emphasizing the value of the family and stating that we should put into practice what we learned in the seminar. UPF UK hosted an important event on the elimination of violence against women and girls in the House of Lords on November the 27th, hosted by Baroness Verma. There was a men's panel who were asked by Baroness Verma how they thought progress on this issue could be made through legislation or by efforts to change the culture. There was also a women's panel offering their perspectives on how violence against women could be removed. It's vital that both men and women are invited to participate in this sensitive topic. Our next story is from the Austrian Book Fair in Vienna.
At the Austrian Book Fair Buch Wien from November 20th to 24th, the Candle Publishing House from Germany could exhibit the books of the Family Federation and Universal Peace Federation for the second time in Vienna. The theme of this year's book fair was United Visions, the title of a book by Abdel Mumin Ahmed. This book is aiming at creating a common base for Muslims, Christians and Jews to communicate and understand each other's holy books. This time we could contact many more people than last year due to the chance to sign up for online books being sent to them later, an offer which many accepted. The book fair itself also attracted 7,000 more visitors than last year, which is an increase of 12%.
The North of Thames community collaborated with the National Children's Ministry to host an exciting harvest festival for families with young children to celebrate this year's harvest and give thanks to Heavenly Parent and True Parents. In beautifully decorated surroundings, over 40 children and their families attended a child-friendly family service. Based on the parable of the sower, the message was about being fertile soil in which God's love can take root, aided with sweets being thrown around the room as if they were seeds sown by a farmer. Activities afterwards included games and races, music and dance, arts and crafts, delicious food, and plenty of fellowship. Let's now hear from the Regional Blessed Family Department about their recent annual summit.
Hello from Alba, Italy. We have just completed our summit for BFD Europe and the Middle East. BFD leaders and supporters from all over Europe and the Middle East came in person and online to really work together, share best practices, and find a way forward to support our blessed families here, and also to really look forward to that vision of Blessing 2025 and the opening of the Changwongung.
The BFD Summit was a great occasion to see how things are progressing and how we try to meet the different needs of people, of the blessed families, and I'm actually looking forward to seeing the next summit and to see what new initiatives are going to be there.
What did I like the most? Actually, it's very difficult to choose because I liked everything about this summit. But mostly the friendly atmosphere that we were able to create, and I really felt totally being part of a family.
To take time to be with people, to be able to sit down and talk with each other, to share together. It's been an extremely rich weekend, and through it I think everyone is returning to their country with different ideas of what they can try to develop. The goal is really creating this culture of heart. This is what True Mother's looking for, it's what Heavenly Parents looking for. 2025 is the year to establish the culture of heart.
Now, there are many other stories that we haven't had time to cover in this week's news. However, we know that our Heavenly Parent greatly receives every effort that we make in every arena of our life. Now, to everybody watching, thank you for the work that you do. Thank you for the work that you do in your marriage, in your family, in your neighborhood, at work, at school, or even at play to promote reconciliation and growth. Thank you, brothers and sisters of Europe. And thank you so much for watching this week's news. I sincerely pray that you all have a fantastic week. And with that being said, we'll see you next week. Take care, God bless. Bye-bye.
Well, what a fantastic report this week. Well, we always knew that Alistair was a star drummer, but we never knew he was a star MC as well, didn't we? Wow. New career beckons, I think. Thank you so much, Alistair, for that. Okay, then. So now we're going to have some reports on stage. And first of all, I'd like to call up Sigrun to give a report. I'll give an announcement for her event. And then I'd like to ask Sohi of the Top Gun Missionaries also then to come up. And then we have some further reports after that, but if they could do that. But I think first of all, yeah, and then.
Hi, I just wanted to ask for some support for the German Christmas afternoon, which will be on the 21st of December. 4 p.m. The help I need would be, for example, to pick up from shopping or cooking, or maybe to just participate. There's a few new guests who registered, even one Muslim lady wants to come. So different people. I have to say it was hard to this time out of different reasons, because Tibor was in and out of hospital and was not well many times. So, and also if you could support in any way with prayer, I would be grateful, because though it says just a German Christmas event, etc., whenever I do these events, there is really, it's like a spiritual warfare. I have to really I came to one area, just one example, where I try to promote these events, and I felt like I could not start speaking to people. I could not, I was like completely blocked. But somehow I just went, I just go, you know, just ask God, please help me. And then once I went, actually on this day, 3 new people said I would like to come. But it has been quite hard, I have to say. It has been people, if I hang the leaflet up in the library, someone pulls it down and throws it in the bin. It's a bit painful, you know, because it costs a lot of money to make these leaflets and so on, the effort to go out. So I would be grateful for your prayer support, and I feel every time I overcome this battle, you know, I had this experience. I went even here to Bromley, and I felt just, because I'm a bit spiritually sensitive, I felt like all is dark. And after I went, and I felt I can't go, I can't reach the people, and I felt nobody's interested. But then when I started, after these few hours I tried to speak to people, I felt the atmosphere cleared, and I felt like some brightness. And it's just, that's why I feel God wants me to do the events. It has nothing to do with me, really. So, other thing what I want to ask is, a Russian family has approached me who live in Slovakia. The wife has like an illness which can't really be healed, and they have to pay for their own costs. It costs quite a lot every year. And so I just will, if it's possible, I will do some sale in the next coming weeks whenever I can to support this Russian family who lives in Slovakia. And the reason why I'm doing it is because I feel we should support each other, you know. Wherever we come from doesn't matter. We should just support each other to break all these chains, you know, and to break barriers between us. I don't know why she contacted me. She knows me from something, but anyway, yeah. The other thing is just to keep also Tibor in prayer. When I will raise funds, I will give half of the money to her and half of the money to Tibor too, because his costs, he doesn't get any support. So I have to raise funds for him. So yeah, thank you.
Hello everyone. Yeah, we are the Heavenly Takon Missionary UK team. So we would like to share our witnessing update. So we have been trying to activity for Christian witnessing. We had attended some Bible study meeting at some church, and we joined Christian Society at Greenwich University, where we had the opportunity to talk with young Christians about the Bible. And we attended the BCS retreat, where we helped as a staff and learned many things through the retreat. So we will work harder to invite more pastors in the future. And yeah. Next, we were able to open the 2-day workshop. In September, we had 7 guests and 8 second generation attend. In October, we invited 5 guests and 7 second generation attend. And in November, we had 10 guests and 7 second generation attended. Yeah. The workshop or step-by-step improving and the number of attendees including one of the second generation participate at the workshop, felt got guidance and said it was the most needed and the perfect workshop. So, and we had great news to a second generation trying to give lecture at the workshop. And also, total of 4 second generation joined in witnessing in Greenwich University at the after the workshop. They were activist and grateful for respecting for us. We also received good energy from them and were moved by the way we tried to hard together. They had a deep conversation with people and saw a passion for meeting more people. So, yes. Next, 4-day workshop is scheduled. Dr. Anna will give lectures on divine principle, and we will give life to parent lectures. We believe this workshop will be helpful for second generation participate. We hope many will join. Of course, it is also good opportunity for guests to think about how to live our lives. So we hope to invite many guests. So if you have anyone would you like to invite, please let us know. Yes, that is the thank you. And then actually we have one more news. So Kenta.
Hello everyone. Some member knows I go back Japan and Korea for 1 month because of little bit my health is not good. Yeah, but now completely recover. So I came back yesterday tonight. Yeah, thank you very much. Yeah, during that time I went to I ate very delicious food in Japan. Sushi, sushi, ramen, and also and I met very nice friend, and also my wife in Korea. Yeah, we joined the weekend workshop in Cheonpyeong. Yeah, that time really I felt also heavenly parent and true parent of love. Yeah, that's why I decided to come back here again. Yeah, so thank you. I'm really not enough, but I gonna do my best here. Yeah, thank you very much.
And then after that, Anshin and Sosha. Yeah.
Hello, morning everyone. Yes, so, okay. Behind me are, the dance participants for this year from the UK. Well done, guys. And also, oh yes, sorry. So, should we introduce ourselves really? Okay, so, my name is Inshamod, son of the pastors.
My name's Gabriel Gardner, son of Lance.
My name is Alma. My parents are in Portugal. Well, I've been here for 6 years.
And I'm Sasha. I'm also daughter of the president.
I was being serious. But no, yeah, also, I'm not sure if Grace is in the room, but she was one of the staff members. I think one of the staff members, main staff members from the UK as well. So thank you for her. But yes, Done Testimonies. Came back from Done, I think about 2 or 3 weeks ago. But yeah, what is Done? On the HG website, it's said to be an educational program designed for blessed children over 18 years old who are interested in participating in spiritual training and education. Organized by ECD, it's trying to create a supportive and serious spiritual environment that we can all grow in and is rooted in the principle, but also has enough space for the freedom to develop and shape our experiences and spiritual lives independently. So yeah, my Done experience. I'm really happy I went to Done. I genuinely think it was wonderful. I remember throughout the year, I remember throughout the year that I was really struggling. Even last year, I remember coming off of the ODP and really struggling, being like, where's my spiritual life going actually? So yeah, I took a year to reflect, a lot of reflection. And then I talked to a lot of people, and quite a few people said, I think you need to change your environment actually. You need to go outside yourself, and they recommend it be done. And I was quite resistant at first, but slowly, I think through prayer mostly, of course, but slowly I came to realize that, God is trying to guide me to this program actually. And I'm happy I could listen. I feel like I gained a lot of things. I've realized a lot of things. And I think one thing that stands out is that there is hope. And what makes me so hopeful? The people, honestly. Of course, my fellow Donners here and also in other countries are just so inspirational to be around. Going from most of them young 18-year-olds, just coming fresh out of high school, and then becoming these younger brothers and sisters who really yearn for God and for true parents and want to develop a relationship with them. And then, I think I'm just so inspired as well by the people, by the staff, Julius, Martin, Alexi, Yo Jensen, Javi Bedosa, Grace Tribe, of course, and then my fundraising team leader, Johnny Klaus, as well as all the other staff. It is amazing to me that after 16 or 17 years, the Done program is still going on, and that they strive to create this serious spiritual environment where we can push ourselves spiritually every single time and offer that to the second generation. And it's almost an honor to see the love they try to give to people, or try to give to us, but also their love for true parents and for God through the work they do, especially through fundraising and the service project, which are organised mainly by the Alexi brothers, or the Julius and Martin, sorry. But something I realised I'm done, I'm so behind spiritually. I know I don't know the truth or spiritual life enough, but I know there's something, what I've seen is that there's something beautiful in feeling like you need to grow and push more. And then being in an environment where there's, I guess 16 other people who are trying to do the same for 2 months. It's honestly an amazing experience, and it's helped me understand my foundation as well. Because I want to listen more about fundraising testimonies, about the stories of my parents and my aunties and uncles, because I only had 2 months of this. Like, that's nothing really. And that was amazing. So I just wonder, how amazing was it for everyone, or the first generation? And yeah, and yeah, I think the last thing I wanted to talk about was responsibility. Ooh. That is, I feel like it reminds you of a quote I think every single religion has, of this idea that if a good person who's atheist is better than a bad person who knows the truth. And I think we get taught a lot to be a good person. We have to act. So yeah, that's almost like my responsibility to become a house for God, and also to love others in absolute earnest. Things the way. Sorry about that. Fundraising, service project, the spiritually productive environment. Those showed me that was the case. The people I was with, their actions. That's why I'm inspired. Inspired to learn and understand the truth and true love, because I've seen it, I've experienced it, and I experienced that undone. And I'm so grateful I could go. Yeah, and I've opened my eyes to a little bit more of the truth and what true love is, and that I now want to try and embody that in any way I can. Sorry, this is really long, but just like one quote from a True Father speech, Eternal Happiness from February 1979. How can eternal happiness be achieved? Through true love and ideals. If you have eternal ideals in you, when someone comes and chops your head off, will your eternal happiness go away? Does your eternal ideal remain with you even if your head is separated from your body? Do you have that eternal ideal within yourself now? If your parents or even the president kidnap you and beat you to the point of death, would you still keep the eternal ideal within you? Thank you.
Hello everyone. To repeat, my name is Gabriel, son of Lance Gardner over there. I originally wasn't planning to speak, so I'm not as prepared as Inchin here, but I do think I have something to offer, and I think it would be nice if I can offer something meaningful, and hopefully you can gain something from what I have to say. So I just want to start with saying why I decided to take a gap year instead of going straight off to uni and participate in DUN. And yeah, for me, it was definitely because I wanted to offer something meaningful to God. And what I wanted to offer was a sincere investment in my spiritual life, because I realized up until, before I went to DUN, I really hadn't invested so much time into my spiritual life in a meaningful way, because I felt, I've gone on so many workshops, and I think lots of people can relate. During that time, you're very dedicated to your spiritual growth, spiritual training, and learning those things. And then once you come off the workshop, you're back in daily life, and you're not really putting those lessons into practice and not really thinking about how to invest in your spiritual life. And that was how it was for me. And so I thought, okay, if I have this extended period of time where I'm really invested and actually trying to connect more to God and to understand myself and just really understand the heart of Heavenly Parent and True Parent. And that was what I found to be the case at DUN. That's how I really came to grow. And I think at the core of it definitely was just practicing true love throughout all of DUN with other participants there, with the staff, but as well with strangers during fundraising and the service project. I think fundraising, even though it wasn't such a large chunk of the time there, I think it was one of the most meaningful experiences for my spiritual growth. And I think, at the core of that, it was just practicing loving strangers with all your heart. And I think what I really appreciate about DUN is that all the fundraising training we received was about how to love people, how to offer something meaningful to them, rather than like how do we make them more likely to give us money. Because I don't think that's the right approach to really grow our hearts. And by treating fundraising as spiritual training to grow our hearts, it allowed me to really change at my core. Because I think before that time, the way I would approach strangers was quite shallow, in a sense of I'm just thinking like, what can I receive from this person? I'm more judgmental and analytical. I'm thinking should I associate with this person? What can they offer to me? But then, yeah, through fundraising, first it was a conscious effort. I need to think in front of every door, how do I show my love and offer something meaningful to them and appreciate them and just offer myself. And through practicing that, every day for 8.5 hours, it became a natural way of thinking. And then that really affirmed to me the power of just practicing your spiritual life and how that can actually change you at your core to become a better person. And that's why, I feel Done was an incredibly meaningful experience, probably the most meaningful experience in my whole life. And I think, especially for me, I would say it was even necessary that I took this time to really invest, because I grew so much and I learned so much about myself that I needed to resolve and overcome. And I think, if anyone's really serious about investing in their spiritual life, especially young people like me who might be graduating high school soon, I really hope that you can consider, even if it's not done, just investing in some meaningful way into your spiritual life and offering something to God. And I just wanted to say also, I'm very grateful to my parents, my dad over here, because they both invest so much time and money into making sure that I can grow as much as possible, and that's something really meaningful to them, and I'm incredibly grateful. So I just want to give a round of applause to my parents. Thank you very much for listening. I hope you gained something from this.
Hi everyone. I'm Alma. I think most of you know me. I've been in part of this community for the past 6 years and a bit. I'm very grateful that you could welcome me here. I think in a nutshell, Done was basically spending 2 months with God. If I'm completely honest, I think going to Done and being in the middle of nowhere practically in Slovakia was the place where I could more easily connect to God and be with God, more than in Korea, which was very surprising for me, where I could actually hear God's voice and feel God's presence. And I think also, because this is a bit something that I was thinking about because of yesterday's worship concert, which shout out to them, the band did great. But spiritual life and spiritual growth is actually not for your own sake. It's not just about you. You grow spiritually for others. You grow spiritually so you can be stronger for others. And to be fair, at the end of the day, our life is living for the sake of others, whether that's our family, our friends, our future family. There's always somebody else who you are living for. So in the same way, growing spiritually is not just for your own sake. And investing time with that is also not selfish. Everyone has their own path, but you're doing everything for God. And I think that's something that I had kind of maybe completely missed in the past year and something. I was too blindly just following, or not blindly following, but I was just too stuck in everything that I was doing that I forgot to actually be with God. And that presence, or the quality of presence of being with God and having God with me, it's actually something that I value, but I wasn't putting as much focus as I should have. So having the time to focus on my relationship with my family, because my sister was also undone, we ended up completely, completing the 4 sisters who went to Dawn, because Bea went to Dawn, my youngest sister went to Dawn, and now Laura and I finished. But even just spending time with my sister, going through the experience of fundraising, although in different cities at the same time as Laura, and just also the internal focus that was put into fundraising, as Gabriel said, it was about loving others. It was not about making money. And having that focus in fundraising can really completely change how things go, or what you can learn, or what God can show you if you're open to it. I think in a sense going to Done changed my life. It was embodying the principle of the values I have. It was just prioritizing my priorities, which are my family, God, and my spiritual life. I guess just if I have to put them in a few words now, it's a lot more complicated than that. And also investing in myself so I can better invest in the community, and not just doing it without any, I guess in a sense, doing it sincerely and with actual energy, and being able to invest properly rather than just doing it without anything in me. Yeah, it was about the sincerity rather than just, it sounds shallow, but not necessarily performance. It's just, yeah, it's about the sincerity towards God and towards my community. And honestly, I'm just very grateful that I could go and I could be with God for the 2 months that I was away. So I would definitely recommend it. Yeah, thank you.
So I'm just getting my phone to work. Good morning, everyone. Yes, I'm Sasha Mold, daughter of the pastors, and I'm 22, so a mature student going to Dunn. We have like a variety. We have 18, 22, 23, 24. So yeah, our age group was like 18 to 28 on Dunn this year. And as Inchon said, all together with staff, we were 20. Yeah, so I wanted to offer something to our lovely community, and that is, why did I go to Dunn? I just finished my final year of university, and I was thinking about my next steps. And basically, I was thinking about Dunn for a while, but I was so scared of going to Dunn. I was really scared of fundraising and many things. I had lots of concepts about myself. So I decided, I felt like that was God poking me, like, you should go there. If you're scared of something, maybe you should do it. Because I knew it was irrational and not so rooted in reality. So I went for 2 reasons to Dunn. I wanted to become stronger, and I wanted to have a substantial offering for the blessing. So yeah, becoming stronger means I want to be able to approach life, which is full of spiritual challenges, and succeed with God. I wanted to protect God's joy, which was kind of my calling since I was 18 till now. I really want to protect God's joy in people and in our community. And I wanted to dedicate my convictions to God. So yeah, for me, and in my second part first, offering for the blessing. I'm going to go to the blessing next year. I'm matched, and I want to thanks. And yeah, I think the attitude with which you go to the blessing is really important. And for me, yeah, my preparation period was really important, but also now in this state, I want to have substantial offerings to God to say, I'm with you. Like, this is not about me. This is not about just my family. This is about you. And I want to be able to see people from God's perspective. So yeah, with that seriousness, I went to Dunn. And I feel that through Dunn, I had the space, like literally the space in Dnishka Luzhna, and the mentorship and the clarity through the content. We had amazing lecturers like Uncle David Hanna, Uncle Armando Lozano, Patrick and Yevgeny Hanna, the Julius and Martin Alexi, and our staff that Incha mentioned earlier, Javi, Yo-Yo and Grace, amongst others. And yeah, through this space, mentorship and clarity, I felt that I could have time to reflect, like some of the olders behind me. I think it's important at different times in your life to just take stock and see where you're at and see where I need to invest. I feel like I had a lot of concepts about myself that I was judging myself for things when I was 13, but I'm not 13 anymore, or from when I was 18, and I felt like, this is important. I need to see myself accurately. So in Dunn, I decided that this decade of my 20s is a decade of destiny. This is what I proclaimed or said to God in a prayer. For me, this means I want to fulfill God's destiny for my life. Whatever that means, I need to figure that one out. And that means I need to make decisions with God. So yes, I want to fight for God in myself. I want to take absolute responsibility and embody true freedom and truly love others. I think it's important, as the others said, about the group. During fundraising, I had this weekly motto, which was walk on the humble, joyous path. And I think spiritual life is difficult and there are lots of unexpected challenges, which is more of the humble path, right? But I think it's important, and in the past 2 years or so, I've really felt that I need to find the joy, because if I'm going to take responsibility for things, then God requires me to also find the joy in those things. There needs to be a balance. And together on Done, I could feel that I was walking this humble, joyous path together with my brothers and sisters. So, yeah, this initial fear that I had of Done, I felt like I could overcome it, also going to fundraising, and different fears that I had about myself and the future. So my final reflection was, although this humble, joyous path is difficult, I'm no longer scared of hard things, and I will walk this path together with God. Yes, so that was my experience. I feel really proud of my fellow Dunnies behind me and of our whole group. And just to close our testimonies, we're all planning on going to Done Mission 1, so that starts at the end of February and it concludes in May. This mission period is like the second part of Done, so you go home and then you go back, and this is mainly fundraising, so this mission is putting it into practice, as Alma said. And yeah, it's mostly mission, and then there's a service project, and there's also a heart workshop that we run. So our base for Done is Donashka Luzhna in Slovakia. It's a beautiful center. You can see it in all of those photos behind me. We've been using it for, 16 plus years now as a Done group, and we love the community. We like to offer, in the bottom left, that's us at the Holy Day, and we were offering the service and music and things. So yeah, it's a beautiful community. We love them so much. And it's really nice to offer something to them. Unfortunately, the Slovakian national leadership has blocked Done from the end of January, to go back. So yeah, I feel like as a community, I just want to, I don't know if raise awareness is the words I want, but I just want to highlight this. In the middle of our program, this was revealed to us quite randomly through an email, and for us it's quite destabilizing because we want to go on mission and offer something, but for some arbitrary reasons we've been blocked. So yeah, if any of you are interested in supporting us or talking, we've reached out to European and Middle Eastern youth leadership, but we've had no response yet for one of the most impactful gap year programs for second plus generation of our time. So anyway, if you want to reach out or reach out to us, I'd really appreciate that, because as you can have just heard, it was an amazing experience, and when you want to keep investing there and also here. So thank you so much. Have a great week.
Yeah, thank you so much for those wonderful reports and for the wonderful testimonies. That was really very inspiring. And, we wish you all the very best in your life of faith. Is anybody else? Nobody else to speak? Right. Okay, oh, right. Well, we have Mieko. That's right. Mieko, would you like to come up and...
Wonderful, huh? Oh my God, wonderful testimony, and give me your energy. I can do 10 times more. I'm too old, but this is my life supplement. Okay, today I would like to very short time share the Japanese situation, very serious. This solution over will likely be issued in February, maybe not. So this solution would be an execution for us, for religion. So Japanese second gen, third gen would find it very difficult in future life. Anyway, so you know, Japan is a Eve nation, right? Foundation of mother. And then if court order this solution to us, and really we lost the foundation for true parent and true mother. So very serious. Do you understand the second gen?
Yes.
Really. So if like that, if it will definitely have a huge effect and influence on us, because we are doing campus witnessing, and then where bring young people to where, you know, so very difficult. So, okay, this is Father's word. It's time for the final battle. Let's cry out of the nation's salvation through fiery prayer and actions, okay? Actions throughout the countries, so that the light might push away the darkness. This is this time Japanese people use the word as a slogan. So today, this morning, that word, do you remember 1983, 20th December? This is Father's true parents had speaking tours in 8 cities in Korea. Yes, and that time, some happening. Funjinim had a car accident, very serious. That speech for anti-communism. So Japanese church now fighting with Satan, really, communism, you know. So that's why, you know, Japanese campaign people, this is this word, use this word as a campaign. So yeah. So this early morning, maybe some people attend the Tokyo event. ICRF, International Coalition for Religious Freedom. And then I attended 2 a.m. and it was so wonderful support from America and Europe and then so many things. So, and then afternoon, in Japanese time, 10,000 members give leaflet out and demonstration and then give speech on the street in 200 locations in Japan. So last Sunday, Mark-san, today not here, gave testimony about the victory of the UK charity court case to Japanese brothers and sisters. And he said, "We are grateful to Japan for raising us. And I have been fighting for 20 hours, not logical, but 25 hours alongside you all." And he was inspired and encouraged for Japanese brothers and sisters. And then 2 days ago, he gave a report about the latest situation in Japan to European members. And then what is the most important things about what he said is Chonsan. So today I'm very bad weather, but I'm still thinking to go to speakers' corners. Very windy, but maybe if raining stop, and we are going. And then if not good weather, maybe we can do something here, because I'm preparing video and then testimony about deprogramming. Terrible things happening in Japan still, not 25 years ago. Still, one of testimony is 3 years ago. Japanese boy kidnapped and then deprogrammed. So anyway, I will announce if you want to go, we can go if stop raining. And if not, from here from 2 o'clock or 1:30. So please come and then I share you about deprogramming. This is Japan, not China. Okay, thank you.
Yes, thank you very much, Miyako. It is a really tragic and difficult situation in Japan, so please, as you were saying, you can all offer prayer and chanson for the successful hearing, which will take place in February before 3 judges in Japan. So, yes, so now I'd like to invite up the worship team again for 2 more songs before our sermon.
Stand. Thank you very much. done, everyone. The next song is March of the New Age. Okay. Two, three, four. When the whole world, heaven and earth, God's will for all shall be fulfilled. Peace to all men, God's divine word, source of the Father's highest truth. Wake the mighty man that remains asleep, loudly ring the bell and proclaim to all, fighting on till the day Satan falls in defeat. I'll take the task on by myself, share the persecution that Jesus knew, suffering abuse on the mountain. Hey, hey, wave the whole world, heaven and earth, God's will for all shall be fulfilled. To all men, God's divine word, source of the Father's blessed grace. Million in darkness dwell, bring to them the fire, giving light to all, fighting on till the day Satan falls in defeat. I'll hold the battle by myself, share the heart of sadness that Jesus felt, praying in the garden alone with God. When the whole world, heaven and earth, God's will for all shall be fulfilled. Peace to all men, God's divine word, source of the Father's name. In the black of night, shouting with a strong voice, awakening all, fighting on till the day Satan falls in defeat. I'll fight the battle by myself, take the cross and follow as Jesus did, dying on the mountain at Calvary. Hey, hey, heaven and earth, God's will for all shall be fulfilled. Peace to all men, God's divine word, Lord of the Father's free them all, fighting on till the day Satan falls in defeat. I'll persevere now by myself, let our Father rest from his lonely toil. History awaits us to do his will. Thank you. Please sit down.
So thank you to band once more. So let's give a warm welcome to our pastor, who today will give the sermon on the title of God's Joy.
Good morning still. It's been a long service so far, and actually beforehand I was thinking maybe I shouldn't be giving a talk at all, because all the inspiration so far has been incredible, and I do not want to detract from anything which has been said already by the young people. So who was here last night at the worship service? Who was online? Great, yeah. So we had testimonies also in the service, in the worship service yesterday, and Alicia spoke about her experiences taking time off for 2 years in Japan and the things she could learn. And one of them was to give her parents joy. Yeah. So when I heard that, I thought, yes, God wants you to talk about his joy today. Because on Friday also, Friday morning, who comes to the Friday morning devotion? Yes. Not many, right? And I know it's an odd time of the day. 6 o'clock is very early. Young people have only just gone to bed, and older people are going to work, right? So it's an odd time. But if you're on the bus and you have your earphones, you can plug it in and listen, join in that way. Maybe you can't do any of the readings, but you can join in all together as a nation. We can offer devotion. But at last Friday's devotion, Dr. Balcom also said, this is a time of joy. We're leading up to Christmas, and it's a time of joy. So when we're in our services, we should always feel joy, right? Shouldn't we? Yeah, we should feel joy. I have a 45-minute sermon. I'm not going to give that 45-minute sermon today because we will be running late, right? When I was a kid, I thought, I loved Christmas. You know, we had fireworks at Christmas. I had balloons as gifts for Christmas. I really enjoyed it, and I thought, I wish Christmas was every day, right? Did you think like that too? I wish Christmas would be every day. Yeah. Is there a song as well? Yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. A lot of people think that. But actually, we are living in a time when God's children, true parents, are on earth, right? True mother still on earth. We are living in the period, golden era, with true mother still on earth, true father in the spirit world. So we are living at a time of the advent of the true parents, right? This is the time we're living. It's not just the second week of Advent. We are in the advent of the true parents, advent of Christ. So it is Christmas every day, right? So we should be joyful every day, but we will burst if we just are happy all the time. We'll just burst at some point, right? So we have to be contemplative as well and think how can we make our parents happy? Yeah, as Alicia was saying yesterday. What brings God joy? Yeah? We're going to be here all day if we don't answer the questions. Yeah. What brings God joy?
When the children are happy.
When the children are happy, God is happy, yeah. So actually, we can look at this from an emotional viewpoint or feeling point, or intellectually or academically, what brings God joy. But we can say, like, if the children are happy, then God is happy, right? So I was in Ghana recently. I'm still in Ghana. I still have the tan to prove it. And I was with my dad every day. And my dad and I have certain things in common. We have the same name, same middle initial, but also we have similar interests as well. So we could share a lot about things, and we could finish each other's sentences, right? Or he would laugh at things that nobody would laugh at because we have a certain understanding, right? And of course, when it came time to part, it was kind of, I didn't want to look at him. He was emotional, but because there's love there, right? By the time we spent together, I could feel that, he was happy with me. He would introduce me to people who know me. This is my son, this is my son. Or this is my son. I'm sure they know, right? But this is my son, and yeah. So we had lots of wonderful times together, and I think he was happy. I was happy. I'm really glad I could spend that time to see the joy on my father's face, and okay, if I make my father laugh, maybe it's not joy, maybe it's just a good joke, right? Maybe I'm just a good comedian or something. But yeah, to bring joy to my dad is, for me, it was everything, yeah. And so I think God is not different, right? If we can bring joy and happiness to God all the time, wouldn't God be happy? I'm sure God will be happy. I'm sure God loves comedians who can make him laugh, right? But also people who can bring deep, lasting joy to God can make him. We are like God's second selves, right? So God relates to us. Are you advancing the slides or is it me? because my slides are not advancing here. But I see they're advancing there. Okay. So we are God's second selves. This is why God created us with an internal nature and external form that can resonate with God, right? So, and also in a conjugal love with our spouse, we can experience that joy of the duality of God, because God, when He created man and woman, and when we come together as husband and wife, we complete God again, right? Origin, division, union, action. So we resemble the God the most when husband and wife come together. So that brings God joy. What about when we have children? So God is a parent. So when we have children, we become parents. We also connect with God in that way, and we bring God joy in that way. And then when we look after the creation, also we bring God joy, because God created the universe, created all things, and invested His heart and love in all things. I'm going to start this again because I can't see my slides. That's better. So, we recognize what we just described about bringing God joy through our relationship with Him, our relationship with our spouse, relationship with creation, as the three great blessings, right? So the three great blessings in the Genesis story are well known to everybody. The first blessing is be fruitful. So we explained be fruitful to mean we grow into maturity. This is not a common understanding. We in the unification movement, it's commonly understood, oh, this is what it means, grow to perfection, grow to maturity. And but exegetes, people who study the Bible or study Hebrew, they say, be fruitful and multiply are the same thing, right? So because in the Hebrew, be fruitful is a synonym for multiply. So it's actually two blessings, not three, right? But in the unification movement, we understand this to be three blessings. Be fruitful is a bit different from to multiply. And we get more evidence of this in the New Testament. Sorry, I knew if I change my slides from my originals to PowerPoint, it will change. These are the three great blessings. Good. Okay. And yeah. So in the New Testament, it says in John, he who abides in me, follows my ways, becomes one with me, such is a fruitful person. So this, if you become mature in this way, you are a fruitful person. Also, in the Galatians, the person that has these qualities of a joyful person, peaceful, patient, is fruitful. So this we see as maturity. So in the New Testament, it kind of gives an indication that be fruitful is separate from multiply. So what is perfection? What do you think perfection is? Does it mean we cannot make mistakes?
No.
It's kind of funny. Okay. I'm going to put it all up there. Oh gosh. No. Okay. Okay. We'll ignore most of what is up there and I will work on it. So what do you think perfection is? Does it mean we cannot make mistakes? If we cannot make mistakes and that we identify that as perfection, it means that actually we cannot become perfect because everybody makes mistakes, right? Yeah, so it will be impossible. Perfection, if we identify perfection as a harmonious relationship between people, between mind and body, for example, then it becomes possible. So mind and body, husband and wife, a proper order of relationships, that is what we see as perfection. Okay, so this is what we understand as perfection. So when you achieve perfection, then what? Is that the end? Is there any growth after perfection? So even after physical maturity takes place, we become adults, we still have growth, right? We have growth in our...
Yeah, relationship with our spouse, with our children.
That's right. In our intellect, in our ability to love, we still grow. Yeah, and ability to work PowerPoint properly. You know, we continue to grow every day. Yeah. So, what, for example, when we say, because I had an experience when I was younger, one day, because I was a sprinter in my youth, you couldn't tell it from now, but one day I was really in the zone, right? I felt I could take on anybody in the world. The best sprinters at the time were people like Alan Wells and I don't know if you remember 1980 Olympics. And I thought nobody could defeat me. I could run. I was really in the zone. United mind and body, maybe, and maybe. And but is that what perfection is? That you are united mind and body, and you are athletically perfect in a moment. So I may have felt invincible at that time, but is it what perfection is?
One kind.
My slides are not working at all. It should not be rotating. Has it stopped? I'll go back again. We'll do it again. So, what is going on with my slides? Shall I just use a PowerPoint version of these slides?
Just speak from your heart.
Yeah, because speak from my heart, right? That would be quicker, yeah. So, yeah. So, is it, or do we say perfection is living by your conscience? That if you can live by your conscience all the time, then is that perfection?
Perfect motive.
It goes around 13 times. Count for me, yeah. So, because in the unification thought, if I can go beyond this, I know what I'll do. I'll select them one at a time. So, let's put this. So, we have a choice here. Well, we have the answer already, yeah? Physical mind and physical body united, is that perfection? Well, no, it's number 3, right? The one that's circled. It's not circled on mine. So spirit mind and physical mind in harmony, that is what we in unification thought see as perfection. So the spiritual mind, if it's spiritual mind, the center of the spiritual mind, or the subject of the spiritual mind is God. So if we are united with God, and our physical mind is united with our spirit mind, then everything flows from there. Our spirit body acts, our physical body acts according to the will of God. So in unification thought, we understand the unity of mind and body to be the unity of the spirit mind and the physical mind, not the spirit body and the physical body, or the physical mind and the physical body. So athleticism is just, you're a good athlete, but it's not the unity of mind and body that we think of. So when we cannot subject the physical mind to the spirit mind, and when we don't have mind-body unity, we are susceptible to moral failings. Confucius describes these moral failings as sexual desire, strife, and greed. Okay. The original mind The conscience, same as the original mind, is the dwelling place of God, and it seeks after goodness, truth, and beauty. It lives for the sake of others. So moral failings that Confucius describes are temptation of youth, Adam and Eve's failing, strife is temptation of middle age, Cain's failing, and greed is temptation of old age. That's where I'm at. So, again, I'm going to... Sorry about this. Okay. So, yeah. So Confucius says, there are three things against which a gentleman is on his guard. In his youth, before his blood and vital humors have settled down, he is on his guard against lust. Having reached his prime, when the blood and vital humors have finally hardened, he's on his guard against strife. Having reached old age, when the blood and vital humors are already decaying, he's on his guard against avarice. This is in the Analects. So in the unification movement, we focus really on sexual sin, because that's the first sin, right? But this can blind us to other sins, like greed and the desire for power. So let's read what True Father said about this. We have to recognize and abide by three immutable laws. The first law, do not defile the blood lineage, even at the point of death. The blessed blood lineage bequeathed through God's love and life must not be contaminated by actions immersed in the habitual patterns of the fallen world, lust. The second law, do not infringe upon human rights, whether female or male, black or white. Everyone is equal. A violation of this is the second of all sins, strife. The third law, refrain from stealing money or misusing public funds for selfish purposes. This is greed. And this is Father on January 13th, 2001, the enthronement of God ceremony. So Satan connects with the body's desire to control the physical mind and to dominate the spirit mind where God dwells. So this made mind and body unity unattainable for fallen humanity. When Father asked once, who has achieved mind and body unity? What do you think? Nobody raised their hands, right? Who has? Anybody here? No. Jesus, yeah. But nobody in the room could raise their hands, yeah. So is there therefore no hope for fallen humanity?
No, there is hope.
There is hope?
Yes.
The way of religion has been to suppress the desires of the body. So this is a difficult and almost fruitless effort. This is in Divine Principle Exposition. Religions, I think it's page 6, introduction. Religions have despised the pleasures of the body for the sake of spiritual bliss. Yet, however hard they may try, people cannot cut themselves off the reality of this world or annihilate the desire for physical pleasures, which follows them like a shadow and cannot be shaken off. So is there any hope for humanity? Had humanity not fallen, we would just follow the way of the principle, right, to reach mind-body unity, and God could naturally dwell with us. So in Pinocchio, Jiminy Cricket says, always let your conscience be your guide. So had we not fallen, this is the way we would have gone. Just follow the conscience. So this is a diagram from Unification Thought, which shows that when the conscience is proactive, then it guides the body. But when it's reactive, the conscience just tells us afterwards we've done something wrong. It gives us pangs of conscience. We feel guilt. So we should aim to be proactive with our conscience rather than reactive. So mind-body unity is to center on the conscience and be proactive, not to suffer the pangs of conscience. what would mind and body unity look like? It would be centered on God, as Sesha was saying. In the divine principle, God is the center of the spirit, mind, conscience. In relationship to God fosters mind-body unity. We can have this analogy of, it looks like the sun, the earth rotating around the sun, and the moon, the body, rotating around the earth, right? So this is like us uniting with God as our subject, and our mind and body uniting based upon our unity with God. And this brings us closer to God. This brings us to become temples of God. So this is the analogy of the sun, earth, and moon. So if we can unite mind and body, this is what the exposition says. The body is the dwelling place of the mind and moves according to the mind's direction. Likewise, God abides within the mind of a fully mature person. Such a person becomes a temple of God and leads his life in harmony with his will. A perfect individual is fully attuned to God, just as the body resonates with the mind. Living in oneness with God, he acquires a divine nature. However, we don't have the capacity. Do we have the capacity to unite with God or to know God? Do we have any ability to know God? I mean, we say God is a mystery. We have the Trinity and the inner Trinity, outer Trinity. God becomes a mystery to us. Do we have the capacity to unite, to know God and to unite with God? The divine principle says, yes, we do. God is like a tuning fork, and maybe that's all that's going to come up. We must be like a tuning, resonate with God. Yeah, I thought as much. Okay, I'm going to take this off altogether. And I'm not going to show you anymore. I'm going to disconnect. Okay, just so I can see it myself. Okay, we have the faculties to know God according to the principle. Okay. So we should be like a tuning fork to God. So when God turns left, we turn left. When God turns right, we turn right. We vibrate to God's resonance. So when human beings are in tune with God's sound in us also grows louder, and we more and more resemble God. God empowers us, and we empower God. Right? So do we have the faculties to know God? In the exposition, page 80, it says, human beings are endowed with emotional sensitivity to the heart of God, intuition and reason to comprehend his will, and the requisite abilities to practice it. A person who relates with God in this manner will attain perfection of his individual character. So we have the emotional sensitivity, we have the intuition and reason to understand, and we have the abilities to practice. So this is page 80 of the Divine Principle. So what should we do? Do we cultivate our sensitivity to God's heart, or what do we do these things? Do we cultivate our sensitivity to God's heart? Do we use intuition? Because Divine Principle says we do have these qualities, right? Do we use intuition to find our way? Do we listen to God to know what he and she wants of us? Do we use our reason to evaluate whether something is in accord with the principles? So in our daily lives, do we actually use these qualities that we have? And do we practice in reality what God would have us do in life? So, so it's always good when we go on these programs like Dan and Empower and others, that we actually practice living with God, experiencing God as a reality? Do we practice in reality? So somebody said at the beginning that God is joyful when his children are joyful. So God's joy is our joy. God created the universe to experience joy in loving his object partners, and we are those object partners. We experience joy in loving our spouse and our children. And Alicia said a wonderful thing yesterday. As we are growing, we don't really understand how much our pain is our parents' pain, right? It's later on we come to understand a bit that actually when we are hurting, our parents are hurting more. When we are struggling, our parents are struggling more. And we come to realize as we grow up, we come to realize that. So God is the same, God experiences joy when we experience joy, and experiences more pain multiplied by everybody on earth and who has ever lived, more than we do individually. So parents take pride in their children, and God takes pride in us. So whenever we do something right, God is happy. True Mother says, you must become the pure water that God can take pride in. True parents can take pride in. So children live with their parents, sharing and consulting with them. God wants us to share our lives with him, her. So more than follow a religion where we are living for God, we should strive to become children who live with God, right? We are not just living for God, but we are living with God in our daily life. So ask ourselves, everything we do, how we are connecting that to God. So I want to take a short poll. This is the end. Short poll. I have 6. Try to remember because they're not on the screen. Oh, maybe no. What aspect of the first blessing is important to you? Most important to you? I'm sure they all are important. What is most important to you? 1, mind-body unity. 2, frequent and smooth communication with God. Those who like to go to the Chongqing One every day and, meet God there. 3, enthusiasm for God's will. You know what God wants to achieve and you are enthusiastic, you want to do it. You're always on the front line acting to bring about God's will. I think that maybe is Mieko, always on the front line. Always living by the conscience. Who is that important to? Living by the conscience. Sensitivity to the spirit world. Who is this important for them? To be sensitive to the spirit world, to receive inspiration from the spirit world, or dreams or revelations. And for whom is putting God's will into practice important?
Is that number 6?
That's number 6, yeah. So 1, mind-body unity. 2, frequent and smooth communication with God. 3, enthusiasm for God's will. 4, always living by the conscience. 5, sensitivity to the spirit world. 6, putting God's will into practice. So just think about it. Of course, all of it is important to us, right? But maybe each person has different degrees for each one. And they are all valid relationships with God, So the person who is saying, I think we are praying too much, we need to be out there on the front line working, that's a valid position as well. That person wants to connect to God by action, by accomplishing God's desire, right? And some people, they need to be convinced by having spiritual experiences. That's valid too. We are all unique expressions of God. So all these, and mind-body unity, connecting with God as our subject and acting accordingly, that is also important. So anyway, this is a very simple message, which is God is our parent, Heavenly Parent is our parent, and we are God's children, and we need to understand how children relate with their parents, and as we grow, how we relate even closer with our parents. That everything we do, we consider how our parents feel or what our parents want to accomplish, and we unite with our parents to accomplish that. We are living in a time where our parents, true parents, are on earth and in the spirit world. We're straddling both worlds at the moment. So we don't know how long we have true mother on earth for. This is the only time in history that the true parents have lived, this 1920 to, we don't know how long true mother is here for. And we are the generation living at the time where we live with true father and we live with true mother. So how do we relate with our parents during this time when they are here? Yeah, sometimes we have, anybody who has children knows that, sometimes our children have disagreements with us, right? They think, no, daddy, mommy, it's better to do this. Or don't you know that it's better to, this is a quicker way, or this is a better way, or you don't understand. Yeah. So this is normal in every family. But uniting with our parents is the most important thing. It's a connection of love, yeah. I have had occasions where my children have told me, Daddy, you're wrong on this, right? Yeah. So, but I don't have that kind of absolute unity with God and as my subject partner. It's something I'm aiming towards. So, yeah, I can see that there are times when I make the wrong choice. I made a mistake, but it's not mind-body unity to make a mistake. It's normal that you can make mistakes, but learning from it is the issue. But it is uniting with the heart of your parents. And now when we think about true parents, we are thinking about people who we know are absolutely manifesting Heavenly Parent on earth. So we may disagree or not understand with something they are saying now, right? But we have to unite in heart with them as our parents and try to understand. Because let's remember, we are still children. No matter how old we are children of our true parents, children of Heavenly Parent, and we don't know the unfolding of the providence until the end, right? We have some idea based upon what we've done before. But there are twists and turns in the providence, and uniting with the heart of our true parents, I think, is what will bring God the most joy, because God is manifest in true parents. So I'm beseeching you. We have started some Champo Moron studies every Thursday, and we had the second one last Thursday, and the third will be next Thursday. Yes? Yeah? Yeah. This Thursday coming, yeah. So for people who've been to the lecture so far, it's been okay. It's been understandable. We could understand. Maybe it's a bit wordy sometimes, but we could understand where true parents are heading with the providence. So I entreat you to attend. If you attend, then I can share the lectures with you. If you don't attend and you don't discuss on the day, I don't want you going off just watching the lectures and then coming to your own, going down a rabbit hole. Come and let's talk together about it. And then we can share all the lectures with you, because you have that, you've made that effort, right? Now, some people cannot come. We will share with you anyway. We'll come and see you, share with you, and share the lectures with you. But I think connecting with our true parents in heart is very important. So anyway, that's all I'm trying to say, and didn't get cooperation from my tech, but maybe I just went too fancy with my transitions. That's what. So please, join me in prayer. Okay. Our beloved Heavenly Parent, thank you that we are living in this golden era with our true parents on this earth. We are the most grateful, the most privileged generation to be living, and not just living, but to know about our true parents, to know about the principle, and to have the opportunity to unite with the true parents. Not many people have this opportunity, the opportunity we have. So we want to grasp this with the gratitude and with understanding the love that you have for us, or connecting with the heart that you have for us at this time. But as was said earlier, this is not just for us, but for other people, your other children in the world. We want to open the way that they can also come to know about true parents and have the ability to connect with our true parents. Without knowing, they cannot connect. So you only have us to reach out to the world, reach out to your children. On the 16th of this month, we will have a 4-day workshop here at Livingstone House. We have opportunity to invite our friends, family, guests to come to study your word, to understand who true parents are, that true parents are on earth, that all of humanity, all of history has waited for in order to make that reconnection with you. And that can be a lifesaver for a whole generation of ancestors of those people that can attend. So please be with us as we go from here, that we can be the magnets that attract your children back to you. And even in spite of ourselves, that just by having our unity with True Mother, we know we can bring immense victory. Please be with all our brothers and sisters online, at home, many different situations, some challenging. We pray your blessing upon them. We pray that they can have healing, they can have peace, and they can be united in mind and body with you. That's the spiritual mind and physical mind united with you, and that you can dwell in us. I want to report this in my name, Aja Mold of the Central Blessed Family, Arjun. Thank you.
Well, thank you very much, Pastor, for battling with the technical gremlins and yet still coming out with a message, I think, which was very clear and very profound. Thank you very much. Let's put our hands together and thank you. So now it's time for our offering song. So I'd like to call up the worship leader again.
Please stand. Purify my heart, let me be as gold and precious silver. Purify my heart, let me be as gold, pure gold, refined as fire. My heart one desire is to be holy, set apart for you, Lord. I choose to be holy, set apart for you, my Master, ready to do your will. Purify my heart, cleanse me from within, and make me holy. Purify my heart, cleanse me from my sin, deep within, refine as fire. My heart's one desire is to be holy, set apart for you, Lord. I choose to be holy, set apart for you, my Master, ready to do your will. Purify my heart, let me be as gold and precious silver. Purify my heart, let me be as gold, pure gold, refined as fire. My heart's one desire is to be holy, set apart for you, Lord. I choose to be holy, set apart for you, my Master, ready to do your will. Set apart for you, my Master, ready to do your will.
Okay, please join me in offering prayer. Our beloved Heavenly Parent, our true parents, we are so grateful that we can participate today in this beautiful worship service, Heavenly Parent. We felt your presence very close to us, and we thank you, Heavenly Parent, for all the times that you show to us how we can live our lives, how we can be better people. We thank you too, Heavenly Parent, this morning that we were able to make our offering to you. We make our offerings in many different ways, through the financial offerings that we can make so that our movement can progress and we can do the things that we want to do, but also through our daily actions, offering our lives to you and all our talents and our abilities. We offer all of this up to you and ask your blessing upon it. And I pray and report this in my name, David Coombs of a Blessed Central Family. Adieu. Okay, please be seated. So now, as we draw to a close, our service to a close, I'd like to take this opportunity to welcome anybody who may be here for the first time or who has come back to us after being away for a period of time. Can we welcome anybody who's been here for the first time today? Just stand up and say your name, and so we can welcome you.
Hello, I'm Laura from Switzerland. Yeah, and I'm here for the first time.
Okay, welcome. Okay then, and
anybody else? Well, I think we'd like to welcome Tony Brown in from New Zealand there.
Tony.
Not for the first time, but coming back to us.
Anyway, it's really nice to see you. I've been away for a while. I've come to see Jasper, to spend some time with Jasper, because he's here and we're in New Zealand, which is a long, long way away, and I wish it weren't the case. Yeah, it's great to be back. Lovely weather here compared to New Zealand.
Better in New Zealand.
Yeah, lovely community, lots of action, and very lively compared to our community. Lovely to see you all.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. Welcome, Tony.
Thank you. Oh yes. Hello.
Hi, my name's Christopher. I haven't been back in over a year. I was in Korea teaching English, so now I'm back. Thank you.
Welcome back. Welcome back. Welcome back. Anybody?
Yeah, I know.
Come on,
just come back.
Don't
from
hide, please.
Korea.
Don't hide. We really want.
Hi. My name is Elizabeth. I just came back from Korea. I was there for roughly 3 months. I'm just back now. Hopefully, just a bit early for Christmas. Yeah. Thank you.
Thank you.
And I hear her Korean is very good. She's a very good student, so she will be practicing with the missionaries now.
Okay. No, that's great. All right then. Thank you very much indeed. Well, a warm welcome to you all anyway, and hope you have a wonderful week. I'd like now to ask the pastors up to give the blessing benediction. Please stand.
Yeah, thank you. Thank you. I want to say a couple of things. Thank you for the tech failures. That's my fault, yeah. So the tech team tried as much as possible to make it work, but I think it's a good thing, because I'm going to be speaking to my committees to ask them for more tech. Now, if the tech works fine, they'll say, well, what's the need, right? This wasn't deliberate. This was actually what happened. So we need more tech. My iPad can't do the work that is required here. We need something more beefy to push the content out properly. So I'm going to be asking my committees for help. And also you can, who could read the screen back there, the small writing?
Good up there. That's fine.
Oh, you're supposed to say no.
Oh, terrible.
But this is terrible. I know. We want to get a bigger screen. Actually, we want to push the stage back, so we will need a bigger screen. But it will come. I'm sure it will come. So, anyway, thank you for the tech challenges. Those who want to inherit the flame from the holy candles for all things, we'll do that in the Chongshimon after the service. So come there with your candles. Also, we are hoping, there's prayer vigils every day, Monday to Friday. And especially Friday, all the nations around the world try and get together to have a communal Chongshim prayer vigil together with Korea. It's difficult our time. But we are hoping before the end of the year to manage to get 40 in our Chongshim Friday prayer, 40 live, and get a mention in Korea. Hey, River South. It's not, of course, it's coming from within, deep in our hearts. It's not just to show that we are here. However, we have been noticed in Korea that we are a strategic church, and we are trying our best, especially with music and witnessing and outreach. Thank you to the Heavenly Top Gun team, and thank you so much. And if you watch the global news this week, you see that our Heavenly Top Gun team are featured in that. All the Top Gun teams in the world, but there are so many, 170, but our team got quite a favorable mention in the work that they are doing. Arju! Also, tomorrow, Monday, in the prayer vigil in Korea, River South Church will be highlighted on the things that we are doing here. So if you have the chance to join in, you will see a report about Riverside Church. So yeah, please join in if you can. Okay, let's have our benediction. Yes, you do.
Good morning, brother, sister. It's only Pastor Aja say something not fair, isn't it? Because God is her father and mother, and I think the woman also a very important role to support family, but in the sense of humble heart and embrace and humility. That's how I feel. Because it's my first time ever I saw this, full of brother and sister. It wasn't easy for you to be here, to be honest. And your effort the whole week, up and down, low and high, and all so much organizing. And thank you for being here, because that's how Aja said that we're not just living only for God, but we're living with God, with Heavenly Parent. So you are here, don't go out because it's raining and cold. Because I just came back from Sainsbury's to buy tea, coffee. It wasn't pleasant. But anyway, I make it. So thank you for coming from the bottom of our heart. Without you, we cannot succeed. And also, two parents love each one of you so much. When I look in the back, Young Ju and two brothers, they all came so far driving, It's just because they know this is a house of two parents. You come here means so much for two parents. And thank you for testimony. Thank you for sharing so many organized yesterday. I am lifting with when I saw Bea. She organized, she just focusing so many things, Thank you for crying, Maria. Thank you for Fania. Thank you for Milanda. Yeah, you are here as well. So I'm so grateful. Thank you so much.
Thank you. So our benediction. Heavenly Parent is alive. God is working with the first only begotten daughter. Around the world we face many difficult problems. The only way to solve them is to unite with the true mother. I bless you to become the chosen people who attend Heavenly Parent with joy and become the flagship nation of Chonoguk. Aju. One last thing before we go. We heard at the beginning that Assistant Pastor Unju and Rhiannon Davis are in America, in Chicago, for a master class in worship. And there will be a service at 4 p.m. in Chicago. It's a USA national service. You are welcome to join, and I'm sure that Rhiannon and Unju will be, representing River South in a big way. So don't miss it. Yeah. 4 p.m. here. Yeah, 4 p.m. here. Yeah. Okay, so have a wonderful week, and please have teas and coffees. Otherwise, Nitya's trip would have been futile. Thank you. Okay, God bless you, and nice to see you all. Yeah.